Hey everyone, it's Mindy Banks, the Flip Flop Chef. Today I'm going to show you how to use the dehydrate function on Pampered Chef's air fryer. I'm going to be using some Campari tomatoes, and I went ahead and pulled off the stems, washed them, dried them, and they're ready for me to wedge. I'm going to use our veggie wedger to wedge these. I'm going to use 3 of the cooking trays in the Deluxe Air Fryer and show you how this works. I love the veggie wedger because it is so easy to use. So I have 1 tomato on here. I usually use 2 hands, but since I'm recording with 1 hand right now, I'm gonna just use 1 hand. But this is the perfect tool to wedge all kinds of fruits and vegetables. So I'm gonna wedge all of my tomatoes and get them ready to dehydrate. After you fill a tray, just sprinkle them with Pampered Chef Sweet Basil Rub or any other rub that you like. I just like using this one when I dehydrate my tomatoes. So I'm gonna cover them before I put them in to my air fryer. I've got all 3 trays full of tomatoes, so I'm gonna push these in, close the door, turn this 1 turn backwards to the dehydrate setting, press the wheel, and you're gonna be able to adjust the time. I'm gonna put this on 8 hours, and I'm gonna keep the standard 130-degree temperature. And every few hours, I am going to rotate the trays around just to even out the drying, so stay tuned. All right, it's been 2 hours, and I'm just gonna rotate these trays around. So I'm gonna take this one out, and I'm gonna bring the one from the bottom up to the top. I'm gonna leave the middle one where it is, and these really aren't that hot, so I can actually hold this with just my hands. I didn't really need a grip, but now we're gonna restart it. All right, I'm gonna rotate my trays again, and I'm gonna bring the middle tray up to the top, and you can see these are drying out nicely, and then I'll just restart it. I've got 2 hours left, so I'm gonna go ahead and check this out and rotate these trays again. They're getting nice and dry. In 2 hours, I'll check to see if I need to add more time. All right, my air fryer just finished. Let's check this out. The best thing to do is to just pick up a few of the pieces of food that you're trying to dehydrate and actually feel them. These are not dry enough yet, so I definitely want to rotate these trays a little bit more and let them keep drying. So the thickness of your food and the moisture in your food is going to always determine how long something has to dehydrate. So you're going to start with the minimum and add time as you need to. So I'm going to add another 2 hours, and then I'll check them in about an hour and see how they are. All right, I'm just checking these again. The top rack is almost done, and I'm going to move this one to the top and put this one in the middle. And I'm gonna put this back in for about 2 more hours, and then I'll check it. I checked in about an hour later, halfway through the last cycle, and these look very, very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. You can store them as they are in a glass jar, or you can add oil. And I am planning to mix some olive oil with some garlic Parmesan oil that I have here. This bottle is almost empty, but there's so much goodness in the bottom, and I plan to pack these in oil. All right, I transferred my dried tomatoes into a mason jar, and then I added some of this olive oil into the bottle of the Pampered Chef's garlic Parmesan olive oil because it had a bunch of residue from all of the garlic that was left in here. So I'm gonna give this a little shake and pour this on top of the tomatoes. And then I'm gonna add more oil on top of that, just to make sure that I used all of the goodies out of the bottom of the Pampered Chef bottle. So you just want to cover it. So pour enough oil just to kind of cover the tomatoes, and then we're going to put the lid on here, and I'll just put this in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. So this is how you can make dehydrated tomatoes using Pampered Chef's Deluxe Air Fryer and packing them in oil. I hope this was helpful for you guys and hope you'll try it out.